Hey everyone, just checking in with a little update. It's been 3 weeks and just want to keep you updated on what's going on. Okay, it said last time, because my cancer in my brain seems to be pretty stable right now, they gave me an extra week off between chemo cycles so that I would be in good shape for running the BAA 5K on marathon weekend. And I was super happy for that. I did a few 5K trials leading up to the weekend in the previous weeks, and I had been running around like a 31 or a 32 minute 5K, which was my goal, so I was super happy about that and just happy for the little break in treatment to let my body recover a little bit. On the Tuesday before marathon weekend, Pioneers, Forward Spine and Sport, and Brooks all partnered together for the third annual Why I Run evening. And this was the first time that I was one of the featured speakers and was able to talk about my experiences being a sighted guide and being a support for adaptive athletes, and getting to meet a lot of them, and how that transitioned into giving me a lot of hope for the future as I started to go through treatment and becoming a disabled person myself, and hoping to be an inspiration to others as they had been to me, and kind of taking that opportunity. The evening's always really great. Sid does a great job emceeing, and it was really great hearing everyone's stories on their journeys with running and what it means to them. On the Friday before marathon weekend, I had my Paralympic classifications, and I was the first one on Friday, so I got there and they got set up and basically ran me through a bunch of drills to test my balance and see how my body moved and reacted to things, what my reflexes were like. And they classified me in the classification that I imagined, which is T38, which covers people with hypertonia, which means like their limbs have extra movement that they can't control, ataxia, which is impaired coordination. And it was interesting, they noticed, as my sports chiropractor Brian had noticed, that when I'm running, I actually have less of a problem than standing still and walking. Those things are more difficult than me movement-wise than running, which is very interesting. I think my body can use the momentum when I'm running, whereas when I'm static, it's a little harder for me. So it's very interesting to see what it'll be like after I finish chemo with going back to work, just because I have to stand upright a lot, and that's one of the hardest things for me. So, I think I'm just gonna have to be patient with my body and let it come back and work really hard with my PT exercises. But I was happy to get my para classification so that I could start competing against my peers who are similarly able to me. Saturday morning was the BAA 5K, and it's super early for me, at least. I know a lot of runners are morning people. I'm not. And my husband Joe woke up with me super early so that he could come spectate. He hadn't got to see me run since I've had my brain surgeries and stuff, so I really appreciated him coming out. And then I went over to the para tent. They had like a whole section for us right next to the pro athletes, which was super great. We had our own bathrooms and everything, and I got to see a bunch of athletes who I had either met through Achilles or other adaptive sports events, or that I had supported as a sighted guide before my brain injuries. So it was such a fun morning, and getting to line up right behind the pros was super exciting. And our corral was next to the Gen Pop, corrals. So I saw a lot of people cheering for me and everything before we took off. And so as the race started, I was feeling pretty tired and had to like back off a little bit because, everyone takes off so fast off the line. And by the time I got to a little before mile 2, my friend Thomas, who's a deaf athlete from Germany that we've met through Instagram, he's run all 6 world majors in the same year, and he's doing it again this year. He came up and kind of acted as a support person for me, and he's super fast, so it was nice. He ran my slow pace. I got to see a bunch of my friends out cheering, which just always gets you gassed to, keep the pedal to the floor and do as best you can. As I came up Boylston, heading over the Boston Marathon finish line, I saw Joe on the right-hand side, who got a good video of me going by. And it was super exciting. I had, put a goal out to run around 31:32. And I ran a 28:20, which was my second fastest time. I ran a 27:55 when I was on my first round of chemo, and this was 5 rounds of chemo in, so I felt really proud for the day. And I was the only person in my category, so technically I won my division, and it was exciting because it was at least nice to have that acknowledged. And Joan Benoit Samuelson, who I grew up watching at the LA Olympics win the marathon, a local New England legend, was the one that presented me my trophy. So that was super special. And, I just really hope that, me sharing my stories will help people who have had brain surgeries, try and get classified at one of the BAA events or at a local track event that supports para athletes, so that we can really grow the division and have the competition be really strong in all of the divisions. But it was a super fun day, and I had a blast. Marathon Monday is always a blast, and once again, I spectated at 25.5, which is where Forward Spine and Sport is located, right on Com Ave. We had our bullhorns out, and we're, so excited to cheer on the athletes. We knew it was a really warm day for them, so, it was nice for us. They looked like they were struggling out there, and I know a lot of people had to pull off course, and, it's completely understandable on a super hot day like that. And but a lot of you crushed it, and we were just super happy to be out there supporting you. And once again, thanks to Forward for hosting a great event. They had food for us and drinks and everything, so it was such a fun day. And then basically on Tuesday I started my last round of chemo, so I'm super glad that they gave me a week off. Yesterday, I didn't really feel that bad. Towards the end of the night, I started to feel my coordination being thrown off a little bit. As it's going in and going after the cancer, it's also inflaming, the areas in my brain that are affected. So today I'm really, really wiped out, and so I've just got these 3 weeks now of treatment, and then I'll have 4 weeks of blood work just to kind of make sure everything's where it is. And then I'll have an MRI, and I should be done treatment. So hopefully, within a few months, I'll start feeling better, and I'll have a better idea of what my new normal will be like, and hopefully get back to working. I still haven't received any money from my disability, even though it got approved. So I'm anxious to, not completely deplete what we have in our savings. So thanks for checking in with me and listening to my rambling. We really have appreciated the support. It was so great meeting so many people this past weekend. The marathon brings people from all over the world, and made some really great new friends. And I was happy to see you all. And I'm always happy, I'm a fairly recognizable person. I'm kind of have a specific look, and so people will, recognized me, and I'm always happy when people come and introduce themselves. So yeah, it was an exciting weekend, and I look forward to see what the future brings, and thanks for coming along for the journey.